Chris, we are live on stream for Noble Fates.
Oh, wow.
I know.
Is this live? Can you hear me right now?
I can hear you in the future, and then it's coming through to me eventually. Hey, we updated this game again.
Okay. We did, yeah. So it's not supposed to rain on this screen. It's supposed to be snow. Oh, wind lines. Sorry, yes. We released our 5th major update. We call them feature updates here at Zobermon. And this one is called Dwarven Domain.
Why? I mean, maybe I'll ask probably like as we get into it. Why'd we pick this one? Like, what's the big concept behind this one? It's actually probably my favorite update, by the way.
Yeah, so this one had a long kind of winding path actually. Like one of our goals in the path to 1.0 was to raise the bar or bring our game up to where we expect it to be in terms of being a survival simulation. And so when we started this update, we started working on survival elements. We worked on food decay, we worked on heat and temperature, and then we're like, how do we cool stuff? And once we started thinking about that, we were like, well, we have magic in the world. Maybe there are these magical mushrooms underground. And then once we were like, okay, we're going to go underground to get these things, we're like, we have to do dwarf. We have to. Like we were going to, we knew we were going to at some point, but like it had to then. And then once we did that, it was only natural to like round it around the dwarves and stand it all up there.
I just remember being so excited when I saw the first like cave network getting generated that you built. Like that was just so cool to you know cut into the earth, and then you're like, oh, I'm just digging down, and then you get exposed to this whole open cave system, which is really cool. And then of course,
it was fun.
There's dangers lurking down there as well, because you know you gotta have a carrot with the stick, or rather, stick with the carrot.
That's right. Yeah, it was fun to make. I continue to be, especially after release, as I'm fighting any fires that come up. Thankfully, there haven't been many, but people send us their saves so we can investigate issues. I'm blown away by some of the caves that it is making. It's so cool. Like some people get caves like just below the surface that like you could put your whole kingdom in that cave. It's so neat.
I got super lucky in my personal save I was just playing yesterday, where I was making a root cellar just to cool my food down a little tiny bit, and I cut into a cave accidentally, and so I had like immediate access to a cave network, which was cool.
So cool. It's fun, right? Because
load in, by the way.
Yeah, let's do it.
Cool. But sorry, you're saying.
Yeah, I could talk about it. I could talk about it forever. So.
Also, look at this art right here.
Oh my goodness.
Kobold
this is my
art
favorite
on
one.
Instagram. If anyone wants to check out the artist that did this amazing work.
Yeah, this is my favorite one so far. It's so neat. It has quite the depth and detail. It's very cool. Right,
All
so this is my
right.
kingdom. This is the kingdom I use to test all the features and just play test before releasing. And then I think you filmed some of the trailer here.
Yes, I did. That's right. Oh, look at that. We've got some wind coming through.
Yeah, one of the things you want to talk about, kind of the things that were important to you.
Yeah. So
with this update,
for this update, we really wanted to focus on temperature and kind of how that affected stuff. And so we'll show off some cool new systems. And the weather is calm right now, but we've kind of pumped up the weather effects in the game. So as the wind grows, you'll get like these kind of little wind lines. Then the trees will start moving a lot more based on the wind, just to kind of give some more movement into the world. And everything has directionality, so the clouds move here. It's kind of an overcast, or it's not an overcast day, but there's sometimes you'll see the like shadows of the clouds on the ground all kind of moving in the same direction to convey the wind speed, basically. So I just wanted to have a little bit more of that, and we'll probably even keep adding to that as we continue developing. Oh,
yeah, it's also so cool. It makes the
what danger?
There's the carbuncle there.
Yeah.
Don't have we ever opened one of those during these? We haven't.
Maybe.
that would be the end. Maybe that
Maybe.
would be the end of this kingdom and this tree.
That will
Matt,
end the
don't
kingdom.
look. Matt, don't use your special cinematic camera to look
Oh,
under the terrain. Okay.
okay. I'm sorry. I'll
Just be. You can use it. Just be careful. Listen, we have secrets. There are secrets down there, and you have God. You have extra God powers that allow
oh,
you to see under.
okay. I'm sorry. I won't spoil too many things. Just kidding. I'll spoil everything. But so one of the cool things, like you'll notice right here, there's this little pipe thing, and you couldn't make these pipes before this update. And we'll show you making some pipes because it's like super delightful, and I'm really happy how this turned out. But Chris, do you want to like kind of talk through what the temperature system kind of enables? Also, I could make it, using my god powers, make it start snowing just to kind of,
Yeah, go for it.
let's do
do
it.
the one that's under flow.
Oh, flow.
Do
Okay.
flow cold or
Cold,
flow
cold, cold.
cool. Weather. It'll be weather : So yeah. So how does the temperature system work? So previously we always had this little in the bottom right corner, this little temperature number. But it really just was. It was there to set the mood. I mean, it did control. When you had precipitation. You could turn on wet, and that will make it.
Oh yeah. Great.
It did control the precipitation, whether the precipitation would be snow or rain, but that was effectively it. Like once it was below, it was in Celsius before. Once it was below 0, you got snow instead of rain. Once it was above 5, the snow melted. That was the complexity of our temperature system before, and we felt like there's kind of a desire when you're playing this type of game. And, to be able to preserve food. Previously, we didn't have temperature playing a role in that. And so the food just lasted a long time by default. And we felt like that element, that loop in our game was just missing. Like we weren't getting kind of that fight for survival, past the very, very beginning maybe. And so we wanted food to last a realistic amount of time. We wanted temperature to play a role in preserving that food. We also wanted it to play a role in the happiness and the survival of your people. And so now, if you click on a person, click on, by the way, click on Warwick. He's my favorite dwarf that I've ever seen in the game so far.
Oh, his face is covered.
Oh, what a
here, listen,
here. If you open his
his
visuals editor, which is new after the last update anyway.
Oh yeah. Remind me how do I do that again?
Click on him, and then click on
right
his
here,
little...
right? Edit appearance.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. And then you can turn his cap off. Look at this cute dwarf. What?
I love the like little the red nose and rosy cheeks for these guys.
Yeah, maybe I love him because he is bald like me and has a beard. But we had these little dwarf people. I guess what are we 10 minutes in now? It's probably a good time to talk about dwarves.
Yeah.
We have dwarves now, and dwarves are this fun new group of people, and they have all this stuff. But before I get too sidetracked by that, we're talking about temperature. So if you click on Warwick and then click on his needs, previously their temperature was part of their comfort need, and instead we've broken it out. And so each character tracks the temperature at their location, and they also surface to you, if you hover over that need, what's affecting their temperature. So he has a thing called warmth there, which is actually decently high, and that's coming from his clothing. So if you go over to his, you can look at it here. There's another way to look at it too, is over on his character sheet. If you go over to the overview, and then go down bottom to warmth, bottom left.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
Look
there
at
you
that.
go. Yeah, it shows you everything that's affecting their warmth. And so we talked about like how does insulation work and what does clothing provide, and we wanted to make sure that clothing provided warmth. Like, when you're hot, it doesn't. These gear that you're making in our game doesn't protect you from heat. So it makes sense that it just raises basically the temperature, your temperature. And so each piece of gear above a certain level has warmth associated with it. And so it can factor into kind of your decisions about how to deck your people out. But one cool thing that we added as well is the packing system. And so Warwick has a robe on, and if he gets too hot, he can take his robe off, and he'll just do that himself if he gets too warm. And the same with his helmet and his gloves.
Cool.
And so he'll just pack all that gear as he needs and to try to get to a normal temperature. But yeah, so each character tracks their temperature, and it keeps it drives whether they're happy or not via the need, but then to a deeper degree whether they can survive or not. If they get too hot, they'll get heat stroke. If they get too cold, they'll get hypothermia, and hypothermia can lead to frostbite, which can lead to missing fingers and toes, which meant we needed to expand on the injury system a bit. And so now certain injuries, previously we had wounds needed to be treated. If not, they would bleed to death. That was basically the extent of injuries. Now we have a bunch of injuries, and maybe you need to do cold.
Should we perhaps have one of our little friends here have a terrible fate of frostbite?
Yeah.
We could leave them outside for a little bit. Ooh.
If you enlist them and throw them out there, they'll probably not have a very good time.
Jurgot here is already in trouble. You can see in his character, head thing here that he is freezing. So he's got 4 hours till hypothermia.
Yeah, so if you enlist him and just tell him to hang out there, or just let him do his thing, he might.
I think he'll come back. It looks like he's seeking warmth in the base, probably.
Yeah, so if it gets, whenever they choose to relax, if that need gets low enough, they'll choose to relax more often, and they search for rooms based on temperature. Maybe actually, while we're waiting for this guy to have a bad time, let's go in the base and show the temperature overlay.
Oh yes, cool. Or hot. Well, depending on how it goes.
Weather.
All right, here we go. We'll go down to this layer here.
Right, so down in the visibility menu, and we're going to add, I think, a separate button for this eventually, but we have this temperature overlay. And so what it does is it draws every room's temperature visually. And so blue, as it gets bluer, it's colder. As it gets green, it's in like the nice temperature range. Like what temperature are those?
This is 30 degrees here.
Yeah, that's freezing. It's freezing in there.
Is wait, sorry, what am I doing here? This is 48.5 here. So the whole base is pretty cold, but I think this is within the survivability range. And then obviously these rooms are warm.
Yeah, and if you click on it, and if you hover over that temperature to the left on the room, you might want to pause because it updates
good point.
frequently. This will give you a full breakdown of what's causing your temperature. And so it's got the outdoor weather there, and then it's got, this room is at a certain level deep, so that affects temperature. Once you get 8-ish tiles, 10 layers below the surface, anywhere on the map, so if you're in a mountain, just kind of at ground level you could be there, you'll get to 100% insulation. And what that does, so insulation, sort of based on the real world, basically once you get like 20 feet or 30 feet below ground, the temperature, the internal temperature is stable.
Very cool.
So down here, I think you're in Fahrenheit, Matt, so I think it stabilizes at 50 inside. And so like that room right there, that fridge-like room over there with all the drinks in it, is probably close to 50.
Let's see. Yes, it is.
Oh, click one more time in the same spot.
Having a little bit of trouble there. Let me. I might have.
Yeah.
I will turn. Stockpiles.
You can
off.
also click past if you click slowly in the same spot.
Oh, I think I was clicking too fast. But yeah, 50.25. So exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, and if you hover that 50.25, it'll tell you. So it's the depth is providing. I can't read it.
31.75.
And then so it's 67% deep, and then so the next layer is insulation. So it's surrounded. You can see it's surrounded all by wood walls and wood floors and terrain around that, and so that also insulates you from outside elements. And insulation does the same thing here as depth. It basically stabilizes the internal temperature around 50 degrees Fahrenheit. And then it's actually 50.25 because that little tiny torch in there is giving you 0.25 degrees of of heat.
That's hilarious.
Coming off of that guy. So
Also,
it's 50 is pretty good.
I just want to say I love how the temperature overlay just looks like it kind of has that almost look of a little bit of frost on the ground, which is cool. It's a really pleasing effect that I enjoy as a visual overlay.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like the first thing I did was like, I guess we'll just draw a flat color everywhere. There was a popular mod for RimWorld that did that, and I loved it. And it just makes it very easy at a glance to see what temperature you're operating at. And then we just played with the effects on the shader a little bit, and we got this nice little overlay.
Oh, what's happening here?
Oh, this is the fridge. So, if you click in there, I think it's probably 32 degrees-ish in that room. Click. There you go.
25.
Oh,
Chilly.
There you go. So this room has the cooler, and you can see actually the food looks frozen. And if you zoom down in, there's little ice crystals on it.
Oh yeah, look at that.
That food is frozen, and so guess what? That food will never decay. It's even better than the real world. It's good efficiency.
I've got something lost in my freezer. It's a couple years old. It'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, you could. I guess if times get tough, you could eat it. But yeah, so that's the temperature mechanic, and of course, as you expect, hearths and fire pits warm up, and this little thing in the corner called a cooler cools it down. And so we talked at the very beginning about how we thought magic was the right avenue for us for cooling. We built Matt built this fun little clay pot, and it has water and these little magic mushrooms called frost caps in it. And so, the lore is that you mine down and find these, or take them from the Mycologist and throw them in some water, and they give off cool temperature.
Warwick is back also, just while we're here. These locks are awesome. So.
Oh yeah, that was another update. Yeah.
I just use one of these in my personal base because it essentially lets you lock your doors, and you can choose who is allowed through these doors now. So you can basically limit access to your base to your own nobles. But what's interesting is that you can lock it and barricade it if you want. So it's kind of a cool. This isn't a huge tactical update, but I've been using it a lot when I'm creating defensive structures around my base to kind of give a murder hole so my archers can shoot at someone while they're trying to get through the door, which is kind of cool. Chris,
fantastic.
Could I do a quick building demo of playing with some of the temperature stuff really quick? I thought it might be fun.
Yeah.
So I'll do a little bit of debug cheating here. But sorry, you're saying no.
Real quick, is Jurga in sadness yet?
Oh, good point. 39 minutes hypothermia. We should.
Yeah, if you go build, he will have his bad time while you're building.
Let's see. Oh, he's getting close. Okay, he's got hypothermia now. So
and then it should say
his health is dropping down. He's gonna
have
at the
bottom of that
29 minutes.
Yeah, and so what happens is every time frostbite procs, he will get another frostbite injury on one of his
1 minute till frostbite
digits. And what happens? Oh no, he's in trouble. So if you click on him and then perfect. So
frostbite
here, this tab has been reworked. Now injuries show up here with a little checkbox next to them. It's sort of like the command system everywhere else. So wounds automatically get marked for treatment. Injuries are up to you to decide when and how to treat them. They're sort of the next tier down in terms of triage. And so he's got an icon. If they get an injury, you can actually see some of the other nobles have injury icons on their things. If you click that injury, it'll jump to that spot. And if you hover on the one below it, that torn knee ligament.
Oh, sorry.
So I think it was Flappy 2. Yeah. So this one's been treated. So treatment and nursing actually matter now. Quality matters. If they aren't treated well, then it will heal more slowly and have an increased chance of producing a permanent injury for that person that can lower their dexterity, which controls how well they do tasks, or their mobility, which controls how quickly they move, or their reasoning, which controls how quickly they think and learn.
Very cool. Well, Jurgot's in trouble. He's got this thing starting to flash red here.
Yeah, it's bad times for him, maybe. Listen, Matt, don't freeze all of my people, okay?
All right, listen, I'll let him off the hook this time. He can go back inside and warm up. But let's have someone. We'll mark these for being treated, so when he gets back in, someone can help him.
Yeah, cool. So nursing is important now, and you don't want to necessarily assign everyone to nursing. I find that it's best to leave my skilled nurses assigned to nursing, and then after a battle, when I have wounds, to actively order people to treat the wounded, whether they're assigned to nursing or not. But that way, when Jurgit goes inside to get treated, he's only going to be treated by the best quality nurses.
He has premium health insurance. That is very nice. Oh dang!
They're
look at
in
this.
network, yeah.
This is cool that you have the little kennel here for the or the what's the word I'm looking for? The
pasture.
Pasture. All right, I'm gonna just do a little bit of debug cheating for a second, just to show off a little bit more of the weather system. Also, that snow's looking pretty good. So let's pop in, and I just wanted to show making a room really quick with a few different I want to say technologies that you have now available to you to do kind of different temperature transfer stuff. So we're gonna make a couple rooms here really quick, and you'll just kind of see the propagation of heat and a little bit of our smoke system as well. So let's see, should be interesting, I think. And we deserve some floors and things of that nature in this room, but let's do that. Get some floors and then some roofs, of course, too, to hold that heat in.
Floors are nice.
That's some.
I like floors.
Some snowy floors.
Love our roofs.
What's funny is since the snow already landed on the floors, even though we have the roof over it still there. That's kind of cool. It'll have to.
It'll
melt.
Yeah, it'll go away. Yep, it's lifting upwards as the snow lands on the roof.
Awesome. Okay, so, and I guess all these rooms can have doors. In real life, you'd probably have doors between your rooms, but there's another feature that's kind of cool that we've added in for temperature. So we have wall vents now. And so this is something we set up to allow the passage of temperature and smoke as well between rooms. So what we can do is set up these wall vents. And Chris, how much temperature does a wall vent allow between rooms? I'm also going to put some lights in here just to...
Yeah, it's... That's a good question. It's like a complex mathematical formula that determines... So, here's how it works. So, each room has X tiles, and the temperature of that room multiplied by the tiles equals the volume of temperature that's in that room.
Okay.
And then, the volume of temperature. And so when there are vents between spaces, if the temperatures don't match, heat will go from the warmer room into the cooler room. And it will do so based on the difference between those temperatures. And it will take that volume. So heat coming from a larger room to a smaller room is more efficient. It will... bring, it has a larger volume of temperature to take across that line. And then, it's recursive. So, if you put a fire pit in that main room out there, which this is also something new, you can put fire pits indoors.
Oh.
So given that we have a way to get temperature outside, you can put fire pits indoors now.
But they're not lighting.
Great...
What's going on here?
Oh, no. Oh, there's an error. So if you click on them, they'll tell you why they're not lighting, and they require a vent or exhaust outdoors. So to start, let's put a vent.
Okay,
so
sounds
if
good.
we put a vent that goes outside, so vents are early technology. You get ramshackle ones and wooden ones. There's actually not a technological difference in their behavior right now, although that will likely change at some point.
Let's see.
But if you
put
place
one right there.
yeah, if you place one, oh, look at that! That's cool.
It just
place one over the roof, and then if you go in there and fuel these fires now, oh yeah, now they can be lit. So this is obviously a change. So we wanted to be able to allow fire pits indoors, and vents allow this. And so, basically the way it works is smoke needs to be able to go outside in order to light hearths or fire pits, and it will take the best path it can, the path of least resistance that prefers smoke. And so in this instance, that is this vent that goes outdoors. And you can see actually both of those fire pits are venting their smoke at that same vent. You see two effects now. You're going to see 3. If you let it run, you'll see 3 smoke. Lots of smoke is coming out of here. Cool. But so one thing to keep in mind, and I think all the snow melted indoors now, which is nice. So if you go back down into your room, if you click on your room, it's still cold in here. And if you click on it and then hover over the temperature, it's going to tell you that vent to room, the room to your side, you're losing 12 degrees there. Vent to outdoors. How much are you losing outdoors?
A ton, 17.5 degrees.
Yeah, so vents let you get the smoke out of your space, but they're also going to take your temperature out.
They're inefficient, basically.
Yeah, vents are good early game, and you may want to use it to your advantage. Like workshops get hot, so if you've got a workshop where you're crafting all your gear, maybe you want to vent it outdoors so that you can bleed that temperature off and make it a more comfortable environment for your people. But let's maybe close that off. So let's kill the vent.
Let's get some roof back on there. Also, can I just say that this is a feature that's been in the game for a while. The fact that you can just build over and upgrade stuff in place without having to manually demolish it is such a cool feature. But oh no, all of our fires have gone out. What do we do?
Okay, what will we use to solve this problem?
Well, we could just just give up, I guess. Just kidding.
We could, but there's actually a middle tier. So the middle tier is actually chimneys. So previously chimneys were only usable when attached to a hearth, but now you can actually use chimneys by themselves to vent smoke out of the space. So if you go back up to your roof,
roof, there we go.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, look, we can just drop a chimney. Boop. And then we're obviously cheating, so things get instant built. Oh, look, all 3 smokes are coming out the chimney now.
Awesome.
We need to improve the placement of that effect, but all the smoke is coming out of the chimney now, and so we are.
It's actually starting to get a little bit warmer.
Yeah, we're not bleeding temperature anymore. Great. This is fantastic. And so chimneys are a good mid-game, good early to mid-game transition for you to where you don't want to bleed your temperature outdoors. And if you let this run for a little bit, let them run, you should start actually seeing the rooms warm up. We are on debug cheat cold. How cold is it outside right now?
It's extremely cold. It is negative 15 degrees out.
Okay, well that's maybe a little.
We can, I think we can just return back to kind of a normal temperature, and we'll start seeing that color progression a little bit more here.
Yeah. So if you click on your room, your heated room now.
Yes. So it's getting pretty warm.
Turning a bit yellow. Yeah. So it's turning yellow because it's getting hot in here. So 3 fires is a lot. Maybe you kick one of those off.
One thing I could do too is potentially cool down this room just so we can see that full.
Yeah, let's do it.
Full green.
Yeah, man. That should work.
Let's see. So I
hope that works.
Oh, it shall work. So let's cool this room down. We've got our clay frost cap cooler, and I'm sure we'll go actually get some frost caps ourselves later. But in the meantime, we can drop a few little pieces off in here just to help out. And then let's say always, and we'll have Thora go and refuel it. Maybe. Thora might have been.
On our way.
Yeah. Okay. Sweet. So.
Yeah, that's it. And if you click on the frost cap cooler, it actually takes a little while for the temperature output to increase or decrease, I guess is this case. But yeah, so look, that room's cooling.
It's awesome.
And what temperature is it now?
It's at 50.5. I might actually put a second one of these in here just to really.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's
yeah,
get
so that's
chilly.
Maybe that's your fridge. And so the vents are unbiased in whether they allow temperature through. And so, if you have all of your rooms interconnected like this, your middle rooms will probably end up comfortable, whereas your extreme rooms are going to end up extreme. And so it becomes kind of this interesting puzzle of like how much do you cool? Do you bleed temperature out of your fridge? So if that room on the left there is a fridge, for example, it is now
40.
Yeah, so if you hover on it, hover on the temperature for that room. So the coolers are cooling it,
Ooh,
but
it's
then
getting
it's
really
bleeding.
cold.
Cool. Oh, neat. What temperature is it now?
It is 33 degrees.
Perfect. The perfect temperature. And so it's actually bleeding. It's bleeding temperature into the room next door to cool it, and so you can use this to cool your structures, obviously. If you go over there and disable your fires, turn them off real quick, we'll see the temperature propagate all the way through. And so it works both ways with heating and cooling.
Oh yeah, look at that. I can see it's starting to fade
all the way through the space.
That's cool.
And so, yeah, if you have items indoors, if they're in frozen spaces, they'll be frozen. If they're below 50-ish degrees, they will start to cool. When they're cooled, they last longer. Outdoors, food does not last. Food lasts significantly less long outside now.
I'm just putting some meals in here.
Cool opportunity to show off these new meals that Matt made. Maybe let's turn off these coolers so we can see them in all of their glory.
All right. Yes. We can see them heat up and spoil. I'm gonna turn those off, and we'll turn the heater back on. And we can watch it kind of repropagate and warm up our meals. It's like a medieval microwave.
Yeah, exactly. This is maybe not the ideal method of keeping your food, but can we toggle the temperature overlay too now that it's warm? Oh yeah, of course they're gonna come start eating these. You gave them good food.
Oops. Oh yeah, here we go though. So yeah, we've got what, 4 tiers? Well, we have more than 4 tiers of food, but we have 4 tiers of prepared meals now. So we have our simple meals. It's kind of, you can think of it like a porridge or something. And then our second tier of meal is this one here. It's like maybe a soup with something a little bit better. And then our third tier of meal, this is the nice meal. It's, you're starting to get a little bit of deconstruction of your ingredients. You've got your liquid base and your meats or kind of main chunky pieces of food. And then your final tier here, it's like a sushi of sorts. And it's got, you don't have a soup anymore. You have a dipping sauce for your delicious thing. One of my favorite part about these is they actually use the same ingredients all the way through. So this one isn't a great example because not all, it's really simple. It's only made with, I think 2 ingredients here, or just 1 actually, milk. So it only has 1 ingredient represented in it. But throughout the entirety of all of your meals, they all have the capability of having these various ingredients on them. So you can see this one is meal beans, wine, mealidew, and milk. So each one of those things is represented in the colorization of one of these ingredients. And so all meals can be made up of the same thing, and the quality of the meal is how those ingredients are presented, rather than just having it be arbitrary. So it's kind of cool. Like every single meal you have, this is an actual thing that is getting represented here with these colors. Yeah,
that's so cool. I love those. And then maybe, so you saw mealidew in there, which is sort of a play on the term Mountain Dew, which maybe I shouldn't say, but I did. And pretend I didn't say that. We have no affiliation with that. We are actually using the slang version of Mountain Dew, which its origin is as a slang term for moonshine.
That's right.
So Matt made these cool little drink bottles, and it turns out dwarves like to drink, and they don't just like it; they need it in order to be happy. And so Matt made these, and you can now make drinks out of many things, many edible things, and also some unedible things. So we have from the left we have cornshine and mealidew, and then we have octo gin, which is the red one, and then we get into straw shot, which is the wider looking one. So you can distill straw, which is not something your people should be eating, down into an alcohol. And finally, we have wood ski, which is made out of wood.
I think
if you
it's
shove
the
enough,
good stuff.
yeah, if you shove enough wood in a barrel and let time pass, in the world of Noberia, it turns into alcohol, which seems pretty. That seems all right.
I think I saw you had quite the production happening in the base over here, if I recall.
Yeah. So there's actually a funny story about this, which is that it turns out there's a bug. I don't know how long this bug has existed, but it turned out whenever you were making alcohol, it didn't consume the stuff making the alcohol, and so the ingredients. And so once you put some mealy beans in that bin, you would just get an infinite supply of mealy dew out of it. And so I was testing this. I was like, yeah, good.
That's like
we
yogurt,
got all
you know?
Yeah, you have your mother
Your
fermentation. Yeah, that's right. And it just yielded. So anyway, we fixed that bug, and so it's a little bit harder. But yeah, the dwarves like to drink. If you click on
wow, there's a wolf. Sorry, in here.
Oh, that's Chosen Ragna's pet wolf.
Wow.
So if you click on Chosen Ragna there, actually.
Ragna. Oh yes.
And go to her back to the needs tab. So comfort has been reworked completely and turned into relaxation. And if you hover over relaxation over the bar, it will show you everything that has affected it over the last 24 hours now. So it should give you a better idea of what's causing them strife. And for dwarves, they get a special little entry here, which are dependencies. She needs a drink every 3 days. Her last drink was 1 day ago. So if there are drinks available, she will go, whenever it's time to relax, she'll go and have a drink when she needs it. And it will up her relaxation. It's been a little while since she's had one, so she's not seeing the boost from it right now. She will drink more if she's unrelaxed. She will drink more often, perhaps to the point of passing out, as we have experienced before in the game. And yeah, dwarves need that. And then the other unique thing about dwarves is if you click on her and hover her temperature range, so dwarves actually like it cooler. And so they are more comfortable underground. They normalize around the 50-degree mark that the temperature normalizes around underground. They actually get hotter much sooner, and they will experience heat stroke sooner. And so that's something to keep in mind. And I think that subsequently they can actually handle it a little bit cooler. So that's something interesting about them.
And you can kind of build a hybrid base if you want to, right? If you have multiple different types of people living there, you can have some people live on the surface, maybe where it's hotter, have your dwarves live underground, or maybe do a switcheroo in the winter and summer. There, you got your snowbirds. They're gonna come in for the warmth in the winter and then go back out in the summer.
That's right. I've never thought about that. They should actually choose the most comfortable place to sleep. So if someone has multiple sleeping options, they will come underground during the summer and sleep upside when it's cooler.
You know what I realized we forgot to do was show off another way to vent temperature.
My goodness.
By the way, my favorite
way. The most important way.
So I'm gonna delete our chimney here as much as I
delete
love
it.
Our chimney.
Delete it.
I have to turn on the capability to do that. Also, I'm sorry for everyone watching that. The game's actually much harder than this. You can't just arbitrarily do these things. But okay, so oh no, we can't vent smoke anymore. We don't have a chimney. But you know what we can do? We can do something really fun. I'm gonna also make it daytime so it's a little bit easier to see stuff. But let's see.
Matt is not just a demigod; he's a god. Look at these powers.
It's I just want people to be able to really experience the.
I think this is the biggest update we've ever done. I thought the adventure update, it was the biggest update. This one's even bigger because of all of these systems and all this. How much it changes the game. I love it.
So something that we have now, and we can show this off perhaps even in a little bit of a cooler way soon when we start getting underground, is a pipe building system. And it's super fun to play with. So you can just drag out and dynamically create these pipes. And you can see that when you bring a pipe inside, it creates this essentially a vent port here. And, just for aesthetic reasons, I kind of want to bring it over the fire, and then let's have it come down a little bit, just so it's really, it's really capturing each one. I mean, we should You don't have to do this, but you know, if you want stuff to look good, you can do that. And that, you know, these pipes, you can kind of think of them as early advanced technology in our world. You know, they're made out of metal, maybe they're a little beat up, but they can do that. And you can see here that all these fires now are getting vented out here, and the vents are exhausted. But
yeah, and if you add, oh yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah,
Go.
no, I was going to say the exact same thing. Is what you can do is, if you want to, is if you don't want all the smoke kind of coming out of the same point, you can actually vent it in different ways. So, you know, just have a little bit of fun here with some different designs. So each vent point represents ignition point inside of your room as well. So if we added a fourth,
so if you have multiple fires in there and multiple exhausts, you'll see 1, 2, 3, 4 light up. They try to light up separate ones in order to convey to you that, you know, how many of your internal heat sources are running at any given moment.
This is really great too if you have a kind of a larger, more complex structure. Obviously, this is just a little house, but if you build, you know, a giant castle or something, and you have all sorts of rooms with hearths or fireplaces in them, this really lets you start routing your exhaust out in a way that's like aesthetically pleasing, because you can connect a bunch of rooms together with your pipes, and, you know, not have to worry about having like straight columns going up with every single room that you want to hearth in.
Yeah, and so what's super cool about this is, so obviously there's the obvious way it would work, which is you can connect it direct, like you could mainline in all of those rooms, right? So if you threw a fire pit in like one of your back rooms, maybe just that one to the right back there. So one thing to note is that one's going to actually start working already, because these systems work together. And so what will happen is that vent is already going to pick up the smoke from those two fire pits and vent them into that room, which will get picked up by those intakes. So, you know, it's up to you if you want the temperature coming out of that room. If you don't, then you could extend the exhaust system, into that room, the pipes into that room, in order to pick it up. So maybe let's kill the little venti. So what's cool is we really wanted all of this system to feel like it's a progression for your base. So you can start out with fire pits indoors and vents dumping outside. You can introduce chimneys when you get those. You can introduce hearths when you get those. You can introduce exhaust vents, and it all is built in such a way that it feels like you can upgrade your base and naturally kind of contend with these things. So yeah, so there's two ways to do this. So if you first let's just drag the exhaust pipe from the one over the into that room. And so, yep, cool. All right, this room feeds into the same network. You can see, on. Yeah, they instantly pop on even when you're paused, but they will take a second to heat up. But yeah, so if you let it play now, you're going to see your...
I'm just going to have one fire run.
Cool. You're going to see, and if you add another output to your output over there, I also love, it's sort of Dr. Seussian, these pipe networks. Like, you can just create, they're just fun aesthetically to make cool designs.
Let's see.
So, you know, these are a bit advanced for medieval time frame. However, they are an invention of the dwarves. The origin of these is getting smoke from the forges underground outdoors. And so, yeah, this is what they did. They invented these little pipes, and, you know, the pipes can hug to terrain walls. They can kind of be built anywhere your people can reach, and so it gives you kind of a powerful way to get stuff outdoors. So, yeah, so this is one way to do it, what you've done here,
and
which
Chris,
is extend that pipe all the way in the room.
Showing this off a little bit, just from a gameplay perspective, this room still obviously super hot, 92 degrees. This room, though, is way cooler. It's 40 degrees, and that's because these two rooms, these pipes convey they exhaust the smoke, but they don't transfer temperature between. So this gives you that opportunity to basically move smoke between places without moving the temperature. So that's why this room is still so cold, because it's only got one fire in it, and it's getting overpowered by these coolers that are moving through the cold that's moving through these vents here. And then, you know, the the main heat isn't coming back through aside from the insulation value of the walls.
That's right. So, so the second way you can use these pipes, so this pipe, it feeds into the same simulation as vents would. So you could actually click the pipe on the other side of the wall there, just that one. Oh yeah, go ahead and break them. Yeah,
cool,
let's
yep.
make it super obvious. And kill them. And then let's just add a single small pipe that punches through that wall somewhere else. And you could actually punch it through into the other rooms and then vent at the other end of the thing if you wanted to.
That's a funny idea.
So vents work, the exhaust pipes work the same as vents, where and then do just one small vent through the wall into that fire pit room, if you can. Oh, the vent is allowing it now. So kill that vent and do one just micro exhaust through the wall to illustrate this point. So vents work the same way. Yeah, so you can actually disconnect. I don't know, maybe you don't know this, Matt. So that middle of that pipe in that room, you can kill those pieces. They're not necessary. So yeah, so the pipes work the same as the vents. So you don't actually have to connect the pipe all the way from point A to point B. The pipe will dump smoke from the room in the upper left there into room B. You might have breached the ceiling. No, you're good. Into room B, and then room B's intake there that goes through the room on the right to the outdoors will pick it up and take it out. And so you effectively, you can use the pipes just like you would a vent to only pass smoke through spaces. And so we can dump smoke into that next room, that intake then takes it and runs it outside. So if you actually go look at our underground base, that's actually how it's set up. So there's those vents, there's that smokestack at the entrance that's dumping everything out.
I'm looking for the telltale signs. Oh, here it is. Oh, wait,
they might not be lit right now, actually.
Oh, it's right here, though. I see it.
But yeah, so there's this exhaust that's letting everything out. And if you go down and look under that layer, it's not actually connected all the way through. It's just taking it in right there. And if you go over to the rooms to the right that are completed, maybe can we kill the temperature?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yep. Just to drop the noise level. Yeah, so if you look at these rooms, some of these rooms just don't have a mini exhaust going out. That room that's under your cursor there, this was our original gathering room. And this room has a fire pit in it, and then on the wall there, just a little baby exhaust. And so it's venting its smoke out into the common area, into the hallways, and then those hallways, that vent out at the entrance picks it up and vents it outdoors. And so, you can obviously aesthetically connect it all the way if you would like. You can do whatever you want with it. However, you don't have to. And I find that this is kind of a nice middle ground. Like, I find aesthetically I would like to connect it all up eventually, button it all up. But, in the interim, you can set it up this way. And then the other feature of the pipes is if you click on any of them, you can actually uncheck. You can choose whether they're connected or not. So if you uncheck that, those are no longer connected now. And so you can see immediately that fire picked up that it can no longer vent outdoors. And so, yeah.
Very cool.
So if you click on one of those two and check it again, it'll reconnect.
Let's see here. So I can say connect X. And then probably this one.
Rebuild. Sorry.
There we go. I clicked
It'll auto-connect on both of them. But yeah, so that's the pipe network. It's very cool. Matt made cool visuals for it, and it requires copper to construct and building level 8. So it is a bit advanced. The dwarves love it. It's a really good way to get managed spaces. And one interesting point, just to kind of round up this temperature stuff. There's so much in this update. Sorry, Matt. This is long.
No. It's quite all right.
But if we go back over to the right, to the main cavern over there, you'll see that some of the rooms are using vents to dump out, and some are actually using the exhaust stuff. And so that comfort room to the right, the one we were playing in, is using exhaust, but the room next to it, straight back from where you are now, uses a vent. And the reason that is that this room has a stove in it, and so when it runs, this fire is not running based on temperature. This fire is running based on work. And when it runs, it gets hot in there. And so we want to vent the temperature out. And so here we're still using a vent. even though we have the technology of exhaust, because we want to vent the smoke out, but we also want to bleed off some of the temperature from this room so that the dwarf that's in here cooking is comfortable.
Very cool. Or hot, once again. Should we dip our toes a little bit deeper into this world? Perhaps a little bit more underground?
Yeah, so do me a favor. So if you do under the debug menu, you click debug flow. There's a little mycologist button under here.
Oh
Let's
boy.
click that.
Look at all these flows we have.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I saw him. I saw him.
Everything.
This one?
Click that. Yeah, and then fast forward a few. I don't know what'll happen if you click it multiple times. So maybe, hopefully that was just once. Fast forward. Fast forward. So we have the dwarves. The dwarves breached the surface. They have emerged, and it turns out there are, you know, all kinds of different dwarves. And one of the dwarves that exists that maybe will come eventually here, hopefully will make an appearance in here. Matt, did you click the button?
I did. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, daybreak. Beautiful. I'm gonna click it again though, just to make it.
Is there? Oh, maybe. Oh my goodness. Our debug tool doesn't debug. There's a bug with the debug.
Here, let's see what happens. I'll send him again. I'm looking to see if I can see him.
Oh wait, is it cold outside still?
Yeah, it's 49
Oh, they might be
degrees.
waiting. They're waiting. They're waiting until it's warmer to come in, I think. They should come in now, though.
Let's do, we can do normal.
Do we still have that cold event running that we ran?
It's, I don't know. Actually.
It should be in the stack in the bottom right if the flow one is still there.
Our cow is being hunted by something, by the way. Sorry, flow.
No, sorry, the list of notifications in the right.
Oh, yeah, I see.
Looks like it's not. So he should show up. It might be... He might just be waiting until noonish. Until it gets a little warmer.
I can also make it a bit warmer here. Let's see. We'll make it hot and then back to normal for a second. See if that...
Yeah, he doesn't like to come if it's too cold at the moment.
56. Oh.
Does the main entrance allow visitors in? Maybe he's here but not going inside. There's a lock on there.
Let's find out. We can remove the lock. Someone remove that lock. All right, cool.
What you might want to do is reload before we made it super cold and hot.
Okay, yeah, good call.
We might have bugged it with the extremes.
And we get to look at this cool art again.
I love it. It's so good.
The beards are so cool on the dwarves, all the different combinations, and they have the little metal pieces that can get colorized differently. Very cool.
Yeah, it's so neat. Yeah, okay, let's try it now.
Okay.
Just a normal fall day.
A normal fall day. Let's get this mycologist in. Oops, sorry. Wrong thing. Flow. Mycologist. All right.
And run.
I'm looking for the hat. Oh, I think this is. Oh wait, nope, that's not him. I don't know who that is.
Oh, it's Ash. Oh, it's the bottom right. No, who's this guy? Oh, the might. Are there too many people here right now?
Well, you know what? I think that's okay. We can pop into a different save and get him in.
Sounds good.
Let's get.
Oh yeah, you have your kingdom. Did he stop by in your kingdom yet?
Let's see. I think this is an ultra small, just essentially no kingdom game, but I think he will show up here at least.
He or she, I guess.
Yeah. Actually,
yeah. So the mycologist.
You're right. Let me get a.
So the way the dwarves emerged and they brought their all the dwarves came and one group of the dwarves are the mycologists and they are very interested in and care a lot about the mushrooms that are underground and they also care a lot about drinking.
let's get him in. The mycologist is definitely. I was like, huh, he might actually be here already. Flow. I have a much more humble kingdom, although it was just assaulted by catapults, so it's a little messed up. My roofs are probably all broken.
Oh jeez.
Looking for him. One thing that I've found that's kind of fun to do with the extreme temperatures is I sometimes will build like these little cabins out in places if my people are gonna freeze. This is my like emergency cabin because there's always a herd of deer out here that I'm hunting to survive.
Your bunker.
Yeah.
Your what are those called? Like hunting cabins?
Yeah, a lodge perhaps.
Oh, a lodge. I like it.
But seriously, I just got assaulted by catapults and they wrecked all my roofs and everything.
Oh my goodness.
This is kind of my use case for locks a lot of the time is I'll build these towers that
so neat. Yeah. I like that some of the sieges, obviously some of the sieges tell you or some of the raids tell you that they're coming, and then others do not.
I think Ike got stolen from because he has no clothes, I bet he got robbed by some bandits.
Ike isn't the mycologist, is he?
No. I don't think so. But yeah, he wants his clothes back, but that's too bad. That's gonna suck though.
Another day
when it gets cold out. Oh, and Chris, these fires do also provide some like area warmth, don't they?
That's right. Yeah, it does provide warmth to the visitors that are out there. Although not enough in the dead of winter.
Yeah.
So it's still, they will hold you, accountable for providing lodging for them, in order to keep them out of the weather. I mean, maybe the debug button doesn't work anymore. Do you, okay, do you have, you said he already came in this world?
Yes, definitely.
Do you happen to know which save, or do you happen to have an idea of the save before he came?
I'm not sure. Let me
We just go back. Did he tell you about that cave that you found?
No, actually, which is kind of funny, but I can go back to a really early save here.
Yeah, perfect. Let's try that, and then just invite him.
And even so, we can still do a little bit of exploration.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, the mycologist, everybody. He's a shy fellow.
Oh wait, sorry. This is your base with a modified door.
What did you do?
I know. I just thought this entrance was kind of a cool way to
that's neat, dude.
Get in there. I just like kind of ruining stuff. There's also a mega secret entrance into something in here, but you can't know what that is yet in this video. So anyways, let's maybe it'll work here. We'll pop around a few saves, and then if it doesn't, let's that's all right. We can 100% try and just go underground. Look at how active this little base is.
It's so cool. I love watching it at high speed.
Let's see. I'll make it extra windy while we're waiting. Oh yeah, look at those. Look at that wind. Oh god, it's so windy. Oh my gosh.
It's quite windy. I really wanted to affect the smoke. We need to
blow the direction.
Yeah, it'd be neat.
Yeah, we could do that. No problem.
Maybe small items should blow away.
Oh gosh, I'd be. Yeah, you're like chasing. It's like the worst thing ever. All this is just getting blown away. Look at these.
Okay, last try. Let's go to an early save.
Okay. Let's see. Save 1. Slow horses. That's probably not much going on here. Although this is this is such an old save that it might not actually be a good candidate for this, because I don't know if the world generated contains everything that we need.
Maybe what about just an earlier one in your line?
Yeah, let me see if I've got it. I don't think I have one. It's overwritten the earliest ones, perhaps. I don't know. Well, we can try this. Save 104.
Oh yeah, I broke it. What happened?
Okay, well that's all right. Let's just.
We could go back to my save and just do a little. Oh, you've got one. Perfect.
Oh yeah, I do. Although I'm happy to really show off.
No, this is great.
So yeah, let's take a more personalized visit to this place. Also, if anyone is watching this and you haven't played Noble Fates, this isn't part of this update, but you can 100% walk in third-person view and control your ruler directly. So we're in kind of my home base right now. I'm just gonna zoom out so you get context. So this is my ruler here. This is my home base, and my home base is connected into this cave system through this back door, which I had put a lock on because I kept finding wolves would go back there to get access to my meat. So we're walking through.
Yeah, so it's funny. It's funny because someone reported that the wolves came into their base, visitor wolves, I think, and were eating all the meat, and we were like, oh, this is a bug, and so I was like, oh, it's a bug, and so I fixed it, and I was like, wait, no, I think that's cool, and you should have to lock your meat to stop, because wolves are scavengers. They're gonna come eat it.
Wait, I'm not doing this right.
Oh, here we go. Oh, dude, you got little baby ones in here.
I know. I feel kind of bad. So I've now ended the.
Oh no,
I've killed them all.
Rip. Yeah. But, those were frost cats. So this is a cavern, a natural occurring cavern, and that's mycelium on the floor there, which is home to the frost cats. And that mycelium has been there for generations. Literally
old growth forest.
thousands of years, and Matt just came in here
and ruined it.
chopped down the frost caps and ended that colony, and so now
I saw something.
Here's your camera again.
I'm using
my
cheating camera.
I mean, you can use that to find a bigger one if you want, and then we could go say hi to some kin. You chopped down the frost caps. So you chop down frost caps in order to get frost caps.
Should I reveal all?
Yeah, you can. It'll be slow for a second. You chop down frost caps to get frost cap items to put in your cooler. Keep in mind when you're chopping them down, if you chop down all of them like that a given mycelium can reach, like if there's not a frost cap within like one or two tiles of a mycelium, that mycelium will recede. And so then that colony will start to die. If you chop down all of them, the frost caps won't come back. Frost caps do propagate naturally. So if there is mycelium near a frost cap, it will try to propagate to the frost cap, to the mycelium near it. So you want to do some sustainable farming of these things. And so I find that it's best to chop in the middle of the group, and and that way you don't clear cut the frost cap. But there's lots of them in the map, and also the Mycologist brings some for trade. So use your judgment. You'll probably find more. So don't worry too much until you run out, and then I would worry more. So down there are these little dirt mounds. Are there any in that room?
I didn't see any there. Although I will say, oh my God, this is a dangerous place.
Let's go visit this room. Go visit this room.
Let's get down there. Let me let's do a bit of a Dwarven. Ooh, okay.
Ooh, it's under the lake.
Okay, we'll go in from the graves, right here. We'll do a little bit of this. I'm obviously digging right now. Oh, we're gonna get.
Well, that's fun.
Okay, we're getting.
Oh, you hit bedrock already.
Okay, I went too deep. Let's go. Yeah, right here is a good spot. So we'll break off. And
you can build a floor in there.
Yeah.
Oh, one thing we didn't talk about, by the way.
Terrain.
Mortals can jump now.
Oh yes, they can.
Mortals to help dwarves are really good miners, and when they came to the surface, they taught. I don't think this came from the dwarves, but people were like, "Hey, really? We can't climb up one block," and so they figured it out, and they can climb up one block. And so now when you're mining, it's a bit easier to manage because they can climb up and down one single block. Keep that in mind when you're building your defenses as well. Raiders can jump up one block, and they They will be stopped, however, by a parapet. So there's value in a structure, even one story tall.
Gotta turn off my my weird camera that I'm using.
Matt has a special cinematic camera for.
It makes it smooth.
Oh, they're already coming to investigate.
Let's I should not do this. I believe in safety, and it's important, that you don't have.
This is an OSHA job site.
This is this is OSHA approved. And gotta stay safe. And
Safety first.
Have some illumination as you descend as well. We'll do one of these. Some bronze sconces as you descend into the depths. But yeah, let's bring our crew. Let's bring them all. So theoretically,
so
we can bring them all right here.
Your experience will probably be that you're digging along, trying to excavate some stone or digging your new underground food storage place, and you will happen upon one of these rooms, and find caps maybe.
There's some people coming from very far away. There they go.
You can enlist them so they'll stay down there when they get there. All right, let's go on a little adventure, friend.
All right, so yeah, let's
So we're in the cave. And so these caves are like interconnected networks, and so you can lead the charge. Oh look,
there's some frost caps. Yeah, just
and stalagmites, stalactites,
stalagmites. The tights hang from the ceiling.
Tights hang from the ceiling.
Yeah,
but not in Novaria, but. Okay, cool. So maybe you're down here and getting some frost caps. And what are these little dirt piles down here?
Oh, they're nothing probably.
They kind of bring these other fellows down here.
That is a good idea. I should do that. Let's have everybody just let's go.
I don't know. Select all button. Let's hang out by these.
And this is kind of part of what you meant by jumping, right? I think we can see it right here. Just some.
Yeah, don't jump down there. You might actually be stuck down there now.
That's all right. We can build some.
That's okay. Well.
Also, oh wait, sorry. I just have to.
Oh, it's interconnected. Look. Oh, it's so fun.
That is the mother lode right there of frost cat.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
All right. Okay, there's 3. And you've got iron down there. I love it. So it's fun to go down spelunking in these caves. So, these mounds are vibrating. So you may recognize that these look a little bit like molehills if you've ever dealt with moles in your yard, which are terrible. But they're caverns, and now they're disturbed, which doesn't sound very good. And you have 25 minutes.
Oh,
so okay. Well, that's a warning for you to get away when it says the mounds are disturbed. He didn't get away, and the more people that are around the mounds, the more they are disturbed. And now, good times are upon us.
Well, what do you think? What are my chances?
I think you are not going to survive. I think, no, you're in trouble. So what's interesting is your continued presence here. Oh, smart, the tactical level up. Your continued presence here, if you get too close to the other ones, will awaken more of them, which is not bueno for you.
Oh, we got one of them.
Killed one.
We got one.
All right.
I think Lil is my heavy. Oh wait, no, shoot.
She's tanking.
Wait, where's my? I don't know where my person is. One person has plate armor. Cass.
That guy over there soloing.
Cass is in trouble. Let's get you out of here. Cass.
Tactical retreat. Tactical retreat.
Go.
It's so interesting because you fight these guys in not your base, right? So it causes you to. Like, if you leave them down here, they'll just dig back in the ground. And so if you want to clear this place out so you can harvest the cats, you've got to come down here and meet them on their turf. Yeah, Matt, you're going to win!
Barely.
Oh, you almost walked into that arrow, friend. All right, okay, we're good. This is great. Kin Extermination Squad.
I got a lot of people bleeding, though.
Yeah, so if you were really playing this game, you may retreat home now and patch up and come back another day to deal with the next batch, but we're not. Let's round them all up,
Just keep going.
Should we go
down here?
Or even just all the mounds up in that room. I mean, let's go down there.
Do you think we can make it?
Oh, they can jump down there for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so. It would tell you right away if they couldn't.
Oh, my self-esteem is too low of my ruler.
You might wake these ones up when you jump down, which is funny.
This is gonna be 100% suicide. Something that I haven't done in this particular build, but I like to build like underground outposts, which is kind of cool, like to kind of help you sustain down there. Oh, look at that! That was pretty cool.
So one other thing to note is that grappling hooks do work on the terrain now. That was part of this update as well. So you could send this squad down here, and as long as someone has a grappling hook, you could climb all the way back up. Okay, we're disturbing.
I'm pretty sure this group of people is never going. Okay, let's pull back. Pull back. Can you escape in time? Because this is a big mound, right? I don't know.
Oh no! Someone down!
Oh no!
Down!
Just
transport! Oh gosh!
Soothe,
oh
I
my
guess.
goodness!
This is my ruler. Okay.
Oh well. Okay. There's only one that woke up. You're okay. This is fine.
We're gonna have to do some coverage.
So the mound size determines the Wow, you guys are great.
Oh,
the mound size determines the.
Ellie here has decided to.
Oh, she's coming to help your people because they're injured.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. I was like, who's Ellie? I didn't even know who that was, but yeah, Ellie, the visitor, came down to heal people. That's awesome. This is about to wake up right here.
She might be in for more than she bargained for by coming down.
Will the visitors fight the kin?
They should, yeah.
All right, I think Umi is a real killer here. Let's see, hunting 7. So yeah, excellent ranged. Yeah.
Wow, you've got a free medic down here.
Range of 7 is very good. Cool. Well, after this scenario, is there anything else we should show? I think there's one last thing we could showcase, which is, you know, what if you wanted to just like connect these two places together? Let's show that real quick. Let's get to be more of the daytime.
And then we can give your people their fitting end.
Yes. And then let's have it be, you know, just a little bit clearer.
So much in this update.
It can be dry out. Okay. So this is a pretty cool feature, right? But you've been able to dig in Noble Fates for a long time. You know, we didn't have a cool underground before. You could dig for minerals, but we didn't have these caves. We now have these caves. But also, what if you wanted to do a little? What if you dug a hole that you wanted to fill back up, or you wanted to, you know, make a land bridge? Well, now.
Well, we could show the jumping here too.
Oh yeah. To get back up.
No, just to jump on that land bridge.
Oh yes. Okay. Cool. Here, wait. I don't need this then. We can dig this back out. Boink boink.
Let's go give your people a grappling hook and get them out of there.
Okay.
It might be too late.
They might be in trouble, but we'll see. We'll see.
You know what? You could debug spawn a new kingdom member on the surface, actually.
Oh, that's true. Here, let's. We can try. We can try. We'll get some grappling hooks in here. Items.
Gear.
Tools. Grappling hooks. All right, cool. Let's give you some steel grappling hooks. Lil, congrats. You're gonna get one. Equip.
You get a grappling hook.
Billy.
You get a grappling hook.
And everyone else here probably gonna die. Sorry. So theoretically then, right? I can just say, hey, let's get out of here, and they will auto. They're gonna try and get up here as best they can.
Yeah, that's the theory.
Okay.
3 of them. The ones dependent on the grappling hooks don't know about it yet, and so it'll wait until those are deployed. But yeah.
Okay. So
the problem is they might all 3 use their grappling hooks right here. So let's see.
All right. Cool.
Okay, there's one. So the other ones might also use their grappling.
Oh, look at that. That's so cool. So here they come. They're climbing up.
Oh, they're all coming. And then now you can get the other ones up to that level too now.
And Cass is just gonna die. So sorry, Cass.
Rip.
Cass is unconscious.
I mean, she's just sleeping it off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a safe time to sleep for sure. Oh, and there's
and
the
then
second
another
one.
hook.
Okay, so.
Is that a baby hook?
Yeah, it's a really short one right there. But grappling hooks, clutch in underground navigation.
I mean, it's true, right? Oh, they can go out now. Dang, we did it!
Cool. All right,
And then
look at that.
now, so hit tab and tab real quick to fix the water bug. Yep, cool. And then now if you tell them to go to that island, we're going to see some jumping. Ready? Ready? Ready?
Woo!
Jump!
Cool.
Jump! Wow.
Awesome.
So they have the power that only your ruler had before. One of the things I love about our game is we're dynamically rebuilding the navigation system all the time, and so like we can do all these complex things like jumping up and down and using grappling hooks and stuff like that. And it, sometimes it might take a second to update after you build a structure or something. We're always working to decrease that time. But yeah, we can create these complex scenarios like these this underground tunnel system that you just like use tools that are available to you to work your way out of. Like I've had situations now where you dig, someone falls down a mine. Oh, send someone to the grafting bench. We're gonna make a grappling hook. Let's go down and rescue it. Like, what a cool scenario that can happen now. So, yeah,
do you think Cass is gonna make it? Uh-oh,
yeah,
Kin
she's
attacking
healing now.
somewhere.
Oh well, no, she's not going to make it. Oh, it's probably on the way out.
Uh-oh.
Oh well.
Well, Dwayne's gonna sleep
what?
through this. All right, Umi.
Not for long.
It's good knowing you.
She's probably not set to guarding, so she's just trying to get away from them.
Well, shall we exit with not even knowing the fate of Umi, and it'll be up to the players to see if they can survive this sort of scenario.
I love it. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, so this is the Dwarven domain.
So cool. I seriously think this is one of my favorite. It's not one of. This is my favorite update. I've just even just playing in this little base here the past couple of days. I've had so much fun. Just kind of managing my resources a little bit better, just building my little root cellar here. The truth is I didn't even dig into the mountain to find mushrooms. I just was using the fact that the earth cools as you descend to turn this into where, I'm storing my meat, so, and apparently corpses as well. Oh, and my dry bars, which is another cool thing we added.
So many things.
It's like the easiest storage meal that you can make. They're kind of gross, but
Yeah, people don't like to eat them, but they last a long time. It's like a local consume. It's like a version of the travel meal without the extra travel stuff.
I haven't developed pipes yet, so we're still just using chimneys everywhere. But it got really cold this winter, down to like I think -10 or something, and this barely kept my people alive, even running these two. So it was a tough winter, but we made it.
I love that feeling of survival and it just adds that element on top of kind of everything else we have. It really feels like we've got that in a good place now.
Should we give a little preview of just how many? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, go down deep. Look at some of these are big.
So many caverns down. Oh, look at this copper deposit. You ever needed copper? That's got to be one of the biggest ones I've ever seen.
Yeah,
and great. It keeps going and going and going and going and going. Okay, I think that was all
my
of them.
Goodness.
Okay, I think we've bottomed out. Oh wow, Cass is really. I didn't realize this. Cass is actually quite deep.
Yeah, you're deep.
Wow.
But that's what's so cool is those ones were all connected, right? So if you found that one, or the mycologist told you about that one, you'd be set.
Alrighty, well, thanks everybody for watching today. I guess you did find out that Umi just got killed. So sad, but that happens sometimes.
Yeah. We cut just before then.
Yeah.
And now we're back. Thanks everybody for watching.
Thanks everybody. Well, see you for the next update. We have some really cool ideas, and I think you'll get to see even more of these systems kind of coming together in future updates and building to even more interconnected, complex, cool stuff.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks again, everybody, and have fun playing.
See ya.